Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for the Cuckoo's Fiancee, Chapter 97. When we last left our heroes, Sachi interrupted the wedding. She kind of threw a fit at the idea of Nagi even pretend marrying someone else and was upset that he had kind of seemingly grown up a little bit and wasn't like solely interested in academics or whatever. Nagi sort of calms her down, they go back to the wedding, and then Erika says, what if everyone has a pretend wedding ceremony photo shoot with Nagi? Including Sachi! And that certainly happened. Because not only were Nagi and Sachi's photos specifically a bit more, let's say, intimate than everyone else's, but during the pretend kiss shoot part of the photo shoot, instead of pretending to share a kiss with her brother, Sachi actually fucking went for it. And that's a relief off. That's how we ended last week. It was not good. I did not like it. I was very vocal about finding it just really, really gross. But yeah, that being said, let's dive right on into the 97th foul. The real enemy is Sachi-chan. Oh boy, what a fucking title. Our picture here is of Ai wearing, I think, only the, like, Yukun t-shirt, resting her head on a Yukun pillow while she was on her laptop, I'm guessing, like, writing music. Sachi gives Nagi a passionate kiss. Can they ever go back to being normal siblings again? Oh boy. And we open with the aftermath, with the kiss still in progress. As the other girls react in shock. Hold up, Sachi-chan! And I just mutters out, she actually just... And Hiro picks it up, kissed him. And Sachi separates, and Nagi's just stunned. Sachi's acting like nothing happened, which, fuck off, Sachi. And looks behind her like she's confused that people are so stunned. Huh? And Nagi's just, like, sweating now. Sachi? What just happened? And then we come back to the shrine. Okay, so we're instantly walking that back, which, you know, good. Good thing we're walking that back. As someone gets onto Sachi, you mean you thought we actually kissed him? And Sachi nods. I am, though, going to call kind of bullshit on that, because if we go back to page 18 of last chapter, during the Nagi-Erika panel, Nagi questions, huh? We're kissing? And Erika says, clear as day, it's pretend, dummy. Pretend. And given the fact the other girls were there for Sachi's shoot, it's kind of, I'm doubtful she wasn't there for Erika's to hear that exact line. But okay. Anyway, Sachi says, I mean, you guys said you were doing it for the photos, so I thought everyone was doing it. I do kind of like the idea of, like, Sachi, like, desperately wiping her mouth of the kiss, which, like, I mean, good, but she got herself in this mess in the first place. I still have no sympathy for her. Nagi just tells her, enough wiping already. Did you really think something like that would take place? Didn't we say to just fake that part already? And in the first place, it's weird for siblings like us to kiss and stuff. It's a little more than weird, Nagi. But also, I don't want to say push back against Nagi, because, you know, he's right. But Nagi was the one who was all, you know, because we're not related by blood, that means I might marry you one day, which was just awful. Anyway, Sachi takes a sip of, like, coffee or something, and then stands up kind of angry. And she just yells, I told you it was a mistake, okay? There's no fixing it now. Just, like, very kind of childish pouting, and she storms off as Nagi calls, hey, Sachi. And he kind of, like, scratches his neck. What's up with her? And Erika is a little bit skeptical as she kind of questions, was it really just a mistake? And Ai says, that's what she said. And Hiro, there's really no choice but to believe her. But, you know, do they really believe her? And Nagi turns back to the three of them, as they're all just, you know, kind of uncomfortable. as they should be. That was a real uncomfortable thing they all happened to bear witness to. And Nagi just questions, what's up with this atmosphere? And all three of them have that kind of awkward eyes that Yoshikawa draws sometimes. That's like normally reserved for Erika, but all three of them have it. And then someone, guessing by the sleeves, I'm guessing that's Hiro, claps her hands. All right. Well then, thank you everyone. This marks the end of our photography session today. Please look forward to the completion of our pamphlet. Again, thank you all for participating today. We've also provided complimentary manju. Please accept them and take them with you, okay? And Erika just glows. For real? Can I take Nagi-kun's share too? And Nagi sort of questions, are they really that valuable? So Hiro's just sort of like, Hiro's shutting all this down, I think. Either because it's actually over, or because like maybe it's just because, oh, it's over, it's time to wrap things up. But also, things got real awkward. Let's just call it quits here for the day, I guess. Anyway, Ai pokes the back of Hiro's neck, and she turns around. Ai says, Hiro-san, would you mind if I borrow you for a bit? And then outside, they're both eating their manju, and Hiro asks, you want to call a truce? Yes. I know that you feel I'm your enemy here. The feeling was mutual, of course. And Hiro tries to laugh it off, though, like, Ai's right on the money there, as you've sort of seen. Is that so? Well, I didn't really see a problem, really. Not really. However, at this rate, we're both going to become extras. So we're seeing Ai sort of enter into the same kind of language that Hiro was using to describe her role in all this, though specifically seeing Ai as the rival. Given by the title, I'm assuming Ai sees Sachi as the rival, which we also already kind of saw back when Ai was first introduced during the darts game. And Hiro's sort of stunned, in one part sort of being called out like that, but also Ai is using the same language Hiro used. Well, what do you mean? At first, I also doubted you and thought of you as the enemy. Furthermore, today's events have convinced me. The real enemy is Sachi-chan. Again, gross. Gross, gross, gross. Gross, gross. Gross, 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 gross. Yeah. And Hiro just sort of kind of dithers. So, basically you mean... And I just tells her, I mean that Sachi-chan likes Nagi-kun. And Hiro sort of pauses for a minute before responding. I always felt... this is actually Ai's line. I always felt that something was strange. I was about to be confused for a bit because Hiro, I thought, knew that. Because I think Sachi and Hiro had that discussion during the Villa arc. But this is Ai's line. I always thought that something was strange. Though I may be an only child, the two of them give off a different vibe from what you'd call typical siblings. We have this like little flashback of baby Ai coming to the Umino house. Nagi-chan, let's play! And Sachi like bars the door. You can't today. Why is that, Sachi-chan? Because I said you can't. Despite being siblings, they didn't seem that way at all. In other words, and we have flashback Ai thinking, why can't I play with... This is actually Ai hearing Nagi. Why can't I play with Ai-chan today? You just can't. Play with me today. In other words, what I saw felt something like two children in love. Gross, 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 gross. Especially, like, I could be mad, but I can accept at this point Sachi has feelings for Nagi. But the two children in love line sounds too fucking reciprocal for me to not be extra skeeved out by that today. The reason being, when I saw them like that, I felt my heart beating rapidly. That was definitely not the feeling of envying a sibling relationship. It clearly made me uncomfortable. Have you ever had this feeling before as well, Hiro-san? And Hiro just sort of, almost tiredly sort of responds, sure have, instantly. Only like, all the time. And we see, all these memories of sort of her experience with Sachi and Nagi. I see in particular two ones I recognize is Nagi giving Sachi her vote during the costume contest at the festival, and also Nagi running back to Sachi when she was hospitalized briefly back during the study trip. Which still is just gross. It's just gross. I don't like this at all. But Ai's confident now. I knew it. And even with all that aside, there's what happened today. We can't just sit here and watch it happen. And Hiro agrees, I suppose so. I'm done being an extra. And I sort of takes in Hiro using her same word choice. Though, of course, I don't think I has the context of Hiro using that same kind of terminology with Nagi. And then asks her, are you aware of what kind of love is the most passionate kind? It's when there is a wall. And we have this image of I guess it's supposed to be the Great Wall of China behind her. And I'm curious if what she means there is the two of their attraction to Nagi being barred by Sachi, or the social and moral wall of incest blocking Sachi. But Hiro's kind of taken aback by that. I see. So that's how it is? Yeah, I feel a new song coming up right now. And that, Hiro totally changes tune there. Wait, seriously? And I get to listen? To hear it first? And then we cut to Nagi, back in more, standard shrine robes, cleaning out a rag. Phew, he, wipes his forehead. Somehow I made it out. Thank goodness there was cleanup to do after the pretend wedding ceremony. For a while, I wasn't sure what was going to happen. And then he flashes back to the kiss. That's Sachi, in front of everybody. And he sighs and gets to cleaning. No, she's my sister. What am I getting all flustered over? And then, forbidden love appears around him. And he's so flustered, he slips. Well, he's already on all fours. Still slips, falls flat on his face. No. She's your sister. You lived under the same roof together ever since she was born. I have this flashback of a slightly younger Sachi, and Nagi sort of gets on to her. Sachi, you got the same question wrong again. Oh, come on. And Sachi fights back. It's because the way you teach sucks. And Nagi pinches her cheeks. Come here, you. I'm not sure why exactly. That's not really that's the thing you see an older relative doing to a baby. I'm not sure that's the sort of thing you do with your sister. Stop it. And Nagi sort of looks at her and thinks, you really don't look like me at all. No, he actually says this. And then Sachi fights back, you're the one that doesn't look like us. You were probably picked up from the river or something. And we do see in their family picture, Nagi looking very distinct from the rest of them. I can't deny that. Is that what they call transgenerational inheritance? And then Sachi, before she knows anything about the switched at birth shit, says to Nagi, but since we don't look alike, we could probably get away with getting married. I mean, beyond just, the grossness of it all. And then Nagi sighs, flashback Nagi, that's not the problem here, is it? And Nagi gets back to cleaning, but I guess we really aren't related by blood now. If I were to become a child of the Amino family, then Sachi would just be another person, like a childhood friend. No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. No, she wouldn't. No, she fucking wouldn't. That's not how this fucking works. And then the same forbidden love style comes up now with pure love. And then he slips again. Like I said, she's my sister. And then we have these flashbacks to, I think this is is this the wedding scene, this first one? Don't leave, I don't want my big brother to leave? Or it might be the hospital scene, it might be hospital robe she's wearing. And then an earlier bit, I just want my brother back for a little while longer. And then, I think that's 61, I think. You can't get married either. All these flashbacks of Sachi being kind of possessive of him. And Nagi comes to a realization. Could it also be Sachi does feel that way about me? And then we cut to the Umino household, where Erika and Sachi are sharing a room, right? They're like different, separate futons, whatever. And they're both kind of trying to sleep. Hey, Sachi-chan. And Sachi looks over at her. Yeah? So about today, that wasn't a mistake, was it? And Sachi pauses for a moment before smiling and blushing. No, it wasn't. The shape of their relationship as siblings slowly changes. Next time, Nagi and Sachi face to face. I mean, I know that this is the sort of stuff that happens from time to time in this manga. I know. It's what I signed up for. Or no, it's not really what I signed up for, but it's what I acknowledge was part of the deal, right? In kind of the same way, I acknowledge that Chika Umino getting really lost in the minutiae of shogi strategy or air fryers is part of the deal there. The difference is, those kinds of things are sort of whatever. They're not why I'm here, but they're not like actively bad. This is shit. This is actively bad. And I know I say that every fucking Sachi chapter, but it's true. Every fucking Sachi chapter. So, yeah, next time Nagi and Sachi face to face. Sachi's also, like, confessing to Erika that she's a fucking incestuous creep. And I know they're gonna bend over backwards to say, no, it's not actually incest, yeah, it is. Their relationship is so, as I said before, especially early on, their relationship is so distinctly written to siblings, it is just fucking disingenuous to sit here and say they're not supposed to be written like siblings. They are. With every scene except scenes that are specifically designed to push the romance, any non-explicit Nagi-Sachi scene is... Any non-explicit Nagi-Sachi scene where Nagi and Sachi are both in the room, they're distinctly written like siblings. That's how siblings interact. That's just... They're siblings until Yoshikawa wants them to not be siblings. It's gross. It continues to be gross. It will continue to be gross for as long as Yoshikawa tries to push this shit. Fuck. I don't know. I got nothing. This is just a bad chapter. It's a bad storyline. I'm not looking forward to next week because next time Nagi and Sachi face to face, the way things are right now, it's not going to work. No. It's going to be bad. The only good option here would be Nagi shutting her down immediately. Nagi saying, no, you're my sister and it's not going to change. I refuse to accept that will change because it's not going to change. And I don't see Yoshikawa doing that for me. I don't see her being that nice. Especially, the real worry is that the big 100 is 3 chapters away. As we're, like, mired in this fucking Nagi-Sachi storyline. There was supposed to be a Nagi-Hiro storyline, just for the record, which I would take over Nagi-Sachi any goddamn day. And yeah, I feel like Yoshikawa is going to do something big for the 100th chapter. And given that all the momentum right now is pushing towards Sachi, I am more than a little fucking nervous about that. So, yeah, what I said last time is that my final thoughts on this chapter, and the same is true for this chapter, is as follows. Gross, gross, gross. Gross, 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 gross. Gross, gross, gross. And with that said, I'm going to leave this video off here. I don't hope y'all found some joy in this chapter. Actually, that's my hot take. I hope everyone agrees this chapter was hot shit. But I hope at least maybe you found some reprieve from my ranting about it for 19 minutes now. And, you know, if you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe or whatever makes you happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!